What's good? I'm Roup Reviews, and welcome to my review of The Odyssey. The Odyssey is a new action and adventure epic written, directed, and produced by Christopher Nolan. It is based on the epic poem written by Homer sometime around 700 BCE. The classic story follows Odysseus, the king of Ithaca, who embarks on a long journey to destroy Troy and return home. On the way back, Odysseus gets lost at sea, leaving Ithaca without a king. The queen of Ithaca and Odysseus' wife, Penelope, Odysseus' son Telemachus, and the half-blind Eumaeus are the only faithful that Odysseus will return. The Odyssey is Christopher Nolan's first film since 2023's Oppenheimer, which earned numerous awards. Nolan won 2 Oscars for Best Picture and Best Director, and the film walked away with 7 total awards. I would also like to mention that The Odyssey is stacked with actors and actresses. It features Matt Damon as Odysseus, Tom Holland as Telemachus, Anne Hathaway as Penelope, Elliot Page as Sinon, and Benny Safdie as King Agamemnon. Now, without a doubt, there will be a lot I'll have to cover in this review, so yeah, let's just get this show on the road. To start this review, I would like everyone to know where my scores come from. I'll be crafting a video this upcoming week explaining what specifically influences my scoring, but to keep it brief, I understand that music, acting performances, screenplay, setting, and visuals all play an important role in any film, but for me, as a reviewer, I picture themes, character development, and the plot of the story the most important aspects to review. If a filmmaker can tell a logical and entertaining story with relatable characters and a gripping underlying message, the film will be on my radar. That being said, The Odyssey is nothing short of a spectacle. Every actor and actress clocked in career-defining performances. The best performance was by far Matt Damon as Odysseus, who will for sure be a shoo-in for Best Actor at the Oscars this year. Tom Holland and Anne Hathaway also stole the show. Both didn't overperform and supplied the perfect amount of emotion when it was needed. Besides those 3, there is a list of other notable performances that I could spend all day going over, but I'll save you guys the time. The ones that stood out to me the most were Elliot Page as Sinon, Benny Safdie as Agamemnon, and John Berthnall as Menelaus. All 3 displayed their depth and range as actors and earned my recognition as actors to keep tabs on going forward. Christopher Nolan has always done a great job setting the mood for his films. In The Odyssey, everything from the pristine film of the IMAX 70mm camera to the amazing set designs contributes to creating this breathtaking atmosphere. Nolan also does a great job telling a modern version of the classic story, using modern diversity practices to establish his characters and modern slang/lingo to keep the story understandable to audiences. The film is simply a present-day retelling of the poem in film format and is prominent as the days of epic poems and even books start to dwindle down as time goes on. Nolan finds a defining medium and reminds the audience of the impact of Homer's Odyssey and the inspiration it has had on so many forms of entertainment we see today. Now, I would like to mention that the entire rest of this review will feature spoilers. Trust me, I tried writing some more without spoilers, but I really did fail miserably. So I'm putting the spoiler alert in right now. If you would like to hear my synopsis and score, skip to the timestamp posted. The best scene in The Odyssey was towards the end, where Odysseus explained to Penelope the impact the Battle of Troy had on him and the gods. He also explains how the Battle of Troy didn't only affect him, but Ithaca as well. The Battle of Troy disabled Zeus's first law, which basically was treat others the way you would like to be treated. This led to a spree of corruption and evil through the confines of Ithaca. The scene acts as a smart and clever way to bring together the world of the Odyssey. Before Odysseus left for Troy, he assumed the battle could lead to a burden but didn't know the severity. It wasn't until he left Troy, and arguably even later, when he realized what he had done. In the series of scenes that followed, Odysseus suffers through a series of misfortune. He feels guilt, sorrow, and anger. Guilt as he watches his crew slowly die in his hands, anger when he kills the Cyclops, and sorrow as he is trapped by Calypso, forgetting about the life he used to live. On the island with Calypso, Odysseus learns what it means to be a leader. The sacrifices he made were only the surface. He needed to be conscious of his actions and honor the fallen, no matter what side of the war they were on. He needed to set an example for the crew, as they embark on journeys and missions they've never been on before. Learning this about yourself is never easy, and the story relays that message perfectly. The second best scene in the film was the original tale of the Battle of Troy, told by Menelaus to Telemachus. Because it has deeper meaning, yes, but the scene was also just entertaining as hell. Nolan performs a refreshing twist on the tale, a tale that almost everyone who has seen the film, whether or not they have read the book, has heard at some point before. The tale of the Trojan horse. The general structure of the horse, mixed with the entrance of Agamemnon through Troy's gates, offer a satisfying glimpse at how Nolan has evolved. Everything from the starting setting on the beach to the dark shadow of Agamemnon slowly walking through the front door sent a rush of goosebumps down my spine. Now, the original tale told by Menelaus also offers a deeper meaning. As mentioned before, the first law of Zeus has fallen. Menelaus tells the story of Odysseus' plan to Telemachus as if what Odysseus did was an act of genius, and doesn't realize the effects his actions have had on the kingdom in the present day. Menelaus' dialogue proves early in the film that Odysseus' revelation has meaning. The Battle of Troy has changed the world subconsciously. It acts as a defining moment for Telemachus as well, who contrasts heavily with Robert Pattinson's character Antinous. Antinous is a symbol of corruption while Telemachus is a symbol of faith. Telemachus does not seem fazed by Menelaus' story and is instead hopeful for the possibility of finding his missing father, showing early signs of why he was meant to inherit the role of king of Ithaca. The third best scene was the Hades scene. This is where Odysseus reaches the entrance to the underworld. Here, Odysseus speaks with Sinon, Agamemnon, and Hades, receiving prophecies from all three. Sinon speaks about how his trust was broken, Agamemnon speaks of the consequences to his actions before the Battle of Troy, and Hades speaks of Odysseus' future and what to expect. All monologues play a crucial role and act as the most pivotal point in Odysseus' character development. This is where Odysseus realizes what he has done has been wrong. He has been pushing it off to the side for the entirety of his journey and has been trying to validate his actions, but deep down, he knows that the gods were out to get him for a reason. He didn't want to admit it to himself. He always had a knack for moving forward, but never could get himself to slow down and think about the consequences. On top of those three scenes, where do I even begin? This film was jam-packed with so many other great moments. The feeling of Odysseus' crew dwindling down one by one, Nolan's rendition of the Cyclops sequence, the siren song, and even the small moments like Sinon's financial promise that he passed down to Antinous. There are so many amazing moments in this film, which leads me to my biggest criticism. There were some scenes that just left me bored. Often it was easy to forget about because whatever scene that would follow would be riveting and exciting. The best example would be the scene leading up to Odysseus' monologue to Penelope. He continuously told Eumaeus and Telemachus about his plan multiple times, and by the end of it, I felt like it was just dragging. It wasn't until Odysseus got into his monologue that I got excited for what was to come next. I think during that moment, when the music started playing, I just bolted up in my chair and just got completely locked in on the scene. The same goes for the scene right after the monologue. When he strings the bow and shoots the arrow, it was incredible, but everything after that just felt like a John Wick fight that was plain and repetitive. I would have liked that scene to be much shorter, and yes, while I do love a good Nolan action sequence, it just didn't move me the same way the Cyclops scene or the Battle of Troy did. And I don't want those two examples to sound nitpicky. This was definitely something that I was feeling multiple times throughout the movie, but Nolan would just always make up for it in the best way possible with an amazing scene that would follow right after. All in all, Christopher Nolan strikes again. Yes, the Odyssey by Homer is always going to be the classic everyone knows and loves, but to make a modern version of this, everything needs to line up, and Christopher Nolan does just that. The Odyssey features amazing camera work, underlying messages about what it means to be a leader, redemption, and awareness, all on top of a highly entertaining and epic journey. I give the Odyssey a 9 out of 10. Yes, sir. Yeah. I'm also going to be starting a new thing where I'm going to be creating a list of my favorite characters in movies, so I thought this would be the perfect time to start that. The first character, drumroll please, is going to be Odysseus. His character was amazing, featured amazing character development, an amazing performance by Matt Damon. And the second character, I'm putting King Agamemnon up there just because he has so much aura and he's so tough. It feels like a good place to end the video, so I'm going to end it. Thank you all for watching. I hope you had a good time watching. I appreciate the views and the support. The Odyssey is now added to my 9 out of 10s list on Letterboxd. And if you're interested in what else I have at a 9 out of 10 right now, feel free to check them out in the link. The link will be in the description. The link to my Letterboxd, the link to my Instagram, all that stuff will be in there. So if you want to give me a follow, if you want to subscribe, if you want to check out the Letterboxd, see what stuff I got on there, please do so. And yeah, thank you all for watching.